Meanwhile, a national campaign finance reform group took aim at McConnell today. The Washington-based nonprofit Public Campaign Action Fund released a report on McConnell. It highlighted 8 instances in which his vote or a blocked vote coincided with an influx of campaign cash from a related industry. The most recent example the report cited was last March. McConnell at the time led a Republican filibuster against legislation that would have ended $24 billion in tax breaks for oil companies. A Democratic group and union leaders touted the report at a press conference outside the Federal Building in downtown Louisville today. One of those groups was Progress Kentucky, a political action committee focused on defeating McConnell in the 2014 election.
On the very day, debate began on a bill to repeal subsidies to big oil and astonishing $131,000 in campaign contributions passed from the hands of oil donors in Midland, Texas, to Mitch McConnell's campaign. 3 days later, the bill failed by filibuster. Mitch McConnell is no stranger to the oil and gas industry. They've given him $1.3 million in campaign contributions over his career, enough to rank him the 4th among sitting senators.
The coalition also called for reforms to the Senate rules that allow for easier filibustering. It's a procedure a senator can use to delay action, and it requires 60 votes to defeat. It used to be that a senator needed to hold the floor, as in keep talking, in order to filibuster. But those rules were changed so that all a senator needs to do now is say that he's filibustering the bill and dare 60 of his colleagues to stop him. Bill Lundergan, president of the Kentucky AFLCIO, said the union supports changing the rules back to make it more challenging to filibuster.
Right now, we want to change the Senate rules so that Mitch McConnell stops obstructing the rules of the Senate and all of the bills that are coming through. So right now, our concern is to make sure that they change the Senate rules so that Mitch McConnell stops abusing the rules and stops filibustering every bill that's going to help Kentuckians and Americans.
Oh, and Lundergan also added that he and the union leaders would prefer Kentucky to send a different senator to Washington in 2014. Meanwhile, McConnell's Senate spokesman Robert Stewart dismissed the report as, quote, shoddy work. The fact that this shameless hack job is peddled on the same week Senator McConnell is credited by Republicans and Democrats alike for saving the country from falling off the fiscal cliff shows how partisan and out of touch the authors of this garbage really are. The thesis of this shoddy work could be proven false in less than 10 minutes by an intern with an iPhone, unquote. Stewart noted that McConnell previously voted against curbing subsidies for oil companies in 2011 and 2008. Therefore, the filibuster last spring wasn't a sudden shift. But this whole thing is kind of a brain twister. It's a lot like the chicken and the egg debate. Did McConnell get contributions from oil companies because his philosophy favors them? Or did he take a particular side because he wanted campaign support from those industries?